Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this healing session to support you to navigate the energies of the lunar eclipse in Libra that's happening on the 25th of March 2024 at 7 a.m. UK time. This session is part of a healing series, a moon activation series that can be found in the playlist of my YouTube channel. And just trust that if you're being drawn to a particular session in the series, or if you're finding this quite a long time after the eclipse, just trust that it's the right moment for you to receive this healing, as the sessions are set up outside of time and space. So I invite you to make yourself comfortable, either seated, reclining, or lying down. And let's start by taking some really nice deep breaths into your belly. During the session, I'll invite you to hold different areas of your body just to bring oxygenated blood and awareness to those areas to really embody and deepen the healing. So nice deep breaths, breathing into the heart for 5 seconds. Breathing out of the heart for 5 seconds. Breathing in for 5. Breathing out for 5. And as you breathe in, just start to breathe love in to the heart. As you breathe out, feeling that love surrounding you, so that you're surrounded by a bubble of love and protection. And breathing in that love in your own time, and just repeating that process for a few more breaths. Really activating heart cohesion, bringing you into your body, into your breath. And then the next time we breathe in, we're going to send that love down through your base, down through your legs, down into the core of Mother Earth. And wrapping your love around the core of Mother Earth, the crystalline structure. And then as you're breathing in, breathing that back up from the core of Mother Earth right into your own heart, feeling that love, that nurturing, supportive energy from Mother Earth returning back to you. Then on the next out breath, breathing out through the upper body, out into the cosmos, connecting with source energy, sending your love out. And then as you breathe in, breathing that energy back down into your heart. Feeling those 3 loves mingling in your heart. Really giving yourself permission to receive, to let go, to be open to the potential for transformation and healing. So I'm going to start tuning in, asking for the optimal healing for this group at this time. And the first thing that's coming up today is the amygdala, which is a part of the brain that's very much involved in danger. It's like the alarm bell of the brain. The only trouble is that alarm bell can sometimes go off when there's not danger, because it's to do with our conditioning and the way that we see the world, the way we've been conditioned to perceive things, our past experiences, our history. So we're going to look at what's happening in the amygdala, particularly around reading people. It may well be that other people are kind of triggering this emergency alarm response in us, particularly around aggression. So this may be aggression in other people, or it may be the response that we're dropping into if this amygdala response is feeling triggered. So we're looking at all these different aspects and really soothing the amygdala. You can just, if it's comfortable to do so, if you're lying down, you can just place your hand at the base of the skull to just really support that amygdala to feel soothed. We're then linking into the temporal lobes, which are on the side of the head, and this has very much to do with perception. So it's kind of like a re-looking at how we perceive, particularly in relation to reading people. So how we perceive people, particularly aggression, that aggression response, how we perceive all of this. And we're just having another kind of getting the brain to have a fresh look at all of this, seeing if it can come into a healthier balance. We're then looking elementally at the relationship between the fire and the earth element. In Chinese medicine, the fire is meant to feed the earth. If you think of a big fire, the charcoals from that fire enrich the earth. But what I'm picking up in this group at this time is that the earth is draining the fire. So this may be happening differently for each of you, but the main thing that's coming through is the emotional kind of draining. So the earth element is about worry, it's about anxiety, it's about overthinking. So how this kind of overthinking is draining the fire element and perhaps putting us into the negative expression of fire, which is sadness and depression. So we're going to have a look at this elementally and perhaps shift some perception around this, particularly in our relationships and how we read people and relate to people. So just holding the base of the skull, I'm going to hold over the sides of the head. This is going to really support the nervous system to have a fresh look at all these patterns. So just taking some nice deep breaths. I'm now tapping over head and heart energetically, which creates a standing wave for the body mind to have a fresh look at what's happening in the amygdala. Really supporting the amygdala to come out of this emergency mode and really take a look, is this actually an emergency? And if so, you know, what can I do about it? How can I sort of balance this emotionally by creating more balance between the fire and the earth element? You could also look at the earth element, you know, to be to do more with the head, and the fire element to be to do more with the heart. So at the moment the head is draining the heart, particularly in relationships. So how can we move back into our heart and allow that to feed our earth element so that we feel more grounded and earthed and in the more positive expression of the earth element, which is integrity and connection, particularly in our relationships. Okay, that part of the balancing is complete, so you can relax your hands. We're now looking at an external influence, and the influence is more like a collective consciousness field. You know, there's a lot of grief and a lot of despair in collective consciousness at the moment, and there can be perhaps a tendency, you know, for us to then take that on. But it's coming up very much as an external influence, so something for us to kind of disassociate and not take in. You know, if we can hold a different vibration, that's actually going to help that collective consciousness field. So it's really working with this, and how we're going to work with it is via the solar plexus energy. So you can just place your hands over solar plexus, which is just below the bra strap area in women. And we're going to support the solar plexus to come into healthy expression, to become like a superpower. And our solar plexus is our center of personal power. It's our center of authority. It's where we set boundaries. So it's working with all of these different aspects of the solar plexus to set healthy boundaries so that we're not taking in other people's emotional stuff. We're also coming into our personal power, our authority, and also personal space is coming up. You know, maybe just taking some time out to come back to yourself, to return to your core and to ground. It's really going to support, navigate this collective consciousness field that's coming up in this session. I then invite you to place your hands over the bladder. We're having a look at the urinary system, and what's coming up is detoxification. So that might be on a physical level, actually clearing out of waste products, but it might be on an emotional level as well. The bladder can tend to hold emotional expression that's not processed. So that's where the expression being pissed off comes from, you know, particularly anger. So it's working to really clear out all that stuff as well and detoxify. So that's the whole picture. So again, just taking some really nice deep breaths while I support you to balance this energy. Disassociating this emotional external factor so you're not so tapped into it and you're more able to hold your own personal space and personal boundaries. So if you feel that you've been connecting into that external collective consciousness field of grief and despair, just taking a few nice deep breaths, really letting it go. And then connecting into that solar plexus energy, feeling it expand and grow and activate as it becomes a real superpower for you to navigate these times, holding your personal power and your own authority, particularly around what you let in. Then anything you're ready to let go of, just sending it to the urinary system for detoxification and clearing. That's fabulous. Well done. So that is complete. We're then going to the sense of touch, which again, it's the senses are how we perceive the world. And again, it comes through our filters, and sometimes those filters are out of balance. So we're going to work to bring that sense of touch into a more healthy expression so that we can feel in a more healthy way. And what's coming in is presence. So in order to be really present, we need to feel. You know, to feel what's going on for us. So allowing ourselves to take a moment to really feel and be present with what is without judgment. And it's linking into a balance of the brain, so of the left and right hemispheres of the brain. And these hemispheres are associated also with the masculine and feminine mind. And the aspects of masculine and feminine that are coming up is the relationship with the chaos, which is more feminine, and order, which is more masculine. And really finding and being present with that balance point within us in relation to chaos and order. Because if we're trying to order everything, we're not living our life. We need a little bit of chaos. We need to let go of the reins a little bit. But we also need a bit of order. So for each of us, that balance point may be different. And at the moment, when we're just seeing a lot of kind of demolition, a lot of chaos in the world, it may be that the balance point is finding more order within our lives, within our routines. But it will be different for each of us. So just allowing yourself to feel into that balance point for you. And we're just supporting the brain and also the heart energy field, which is coming in via the sense of touch, to come into balance. So it's really a balance between the head and the heart as well. So I invite you to either hold both hands over the heart or to hold your hands on the sides of the head, intuitively, whatever you feel to do. Taking a few nice deep breaths. Coming into presence. Feeling what you feel without judgment. And allowing the brain to balance around this. Balance between chaos and order. Fabulous. So it may well be that you want to listen to the session more than once if it resonated, to really enable you to deepen this process. My name is Sarah Chave and I'm available for one-on-one and group healing sessions. So do look at my details below this video and get in contact or reach out if you'd like to know more about how I work. Many blessings to you. Bye for now.